In this video we chat with June and Gordon Simm, two lay people from the largest single parish of Christ our Hope in the deanery of West Derby. Thanks for joining us today, June and Gordon. Please tell us a little bit about yourselves.
June Simm, born in Lincolnshire, now native to Liverpool, retired RE teacher of nearly 40 years and church warden at St Cuthbert's in Croxteth Park.
Gordon.
I'm Gordon. I'm married to June, obviously. I was a teacher but have been retired now for many years. Again at St Cuthbert's, where I'm the finance coordinator, which used to be the treasurer in the olden days, but new title.
Now, Gordon, you mentioned you were involved in finance at your local church. How long have you been doing that for?
I think I'm in my third year at it now. So I've been involved in the movement from our single parish finances to being part of the finances of the new enlarged parish.
June, you're a church warden. Have you got other roles at church as well?
I prepare the youngsters for confirmation. I do quite a lot of the church admin, the rotas. We both preach from time to time. And because we haven't got a vicar at the moment, everything that should come to the vicar comes to the church warden.
So you've both been involved in exploring Fit for Mission and making a decision to be part of a larger single parish. How did you do that? How did you find out information?
It was difficult. It was a theoretical ideas were going around, but it was only through the Cultivate course, I think, that some of us really started to get more into what might be involved and the way forward. We were lucky, and somebody who works for the diocese came and talked to us about it and started to allay some of the fears of belonging to the new parish. But I think it really was day by day learning more. One of the advantages now is that we have the experience in St Helens, the experience in West Derby to pass on to other deaneries exploring.
So do use all the resources that are available. There's the website, there's people.
Now, you've mentioned that it was hard to find out information about Fit for Mission when you made your decision. What made you choose to participate in Fit for Mission, become part of a larger single parish?
What we thought was, we need to be part of this. If something's going to happen to us, we wanted to be part of shaping it. And it's better to be in than out, to be quite honest. And the opportunities it provides. St Cuthbert's in Croxteth Park is a little bit cut off as a parish. You know, we're the parish of a housing estate that's a little bit cut off from the rest of the deanery in one sense. And therefore it provided support for us as well.
What process did you use to make sure people were comfortable with the financial arrangements and that people understood finances in a larger single parish?
I think it was kept every time anybody asked to tell them, no, our finances are our finances. You know, we are responsible for the upkeep of our church. We're responsible for funding mission in our parish here. Nothing changes in that respect. The changes are for the treasurers becoming coordinators and technical stuff to do with bank accounts, but that does not affect, if you like, the pure finances of the parish. And so it's just telling people, you're right to ask the question, but there is nothing to worry about.
Rightly, people are worried about where a church might have share arrears or where their income and expenditure don't sit in a healthy place. How did you address that and ensure that people were comfortable with the financial arrangements in the larger single parish?
I think by just repeating the message that our finances are our responsibility, just as the finances of the other communities are their responsibility. So there is no question of people just coming and saying, oh, by the way, we've taken 10,000 out of your bank to pay off St. Bloggs down the road. That's not going to happen. But I mean, in meeting, even on talking about finances, you're learning about the mission that's going on in other parishes and the skills and gifts that they have, that some of them we don't have, and perhaps the things that we have that they don't have. And so that together we can work for God's kingdom in a better way, in a more fruitful and more practical way, if you like.
You've just mentioned there about being fit for mission. June, has that been your experience in your church? Have you been more missional?
I think it's beginning to now, because there's groups for peace and justice, there's groups for children's and young people's ministry, and within our own church, some things are really growing. We do have a church school on the estate, and I run a worship group for Year 6 with our church school on the estate. So there are missional activities going on within our own parish as well as within the wider Christ Our Hope. And that's another advantage of Christ Our Hope, that sometimes a church on their own can't do things for young people. But if we work collectively, then we can put on things for young people and develop their spirituality.
Now, just as people worry about finance, naturally they're concerned about ministry. Did you have any concerns about losing your vicar, and what's been the experience of ministry in your church and across the larger single parish?
I know that was one of the concerns when the whole Fit for Mission thing came. We're going to lose our vicar, we're going to lose our church, and what have you. We're in a slightly unusual situation. We haven't had a vicar since September the 3rd. We're now in interregnum, so we've actually been without clergy for a long time. And this is where the benefit of Christ Our Hope has come in, because we have not lost one single service. The clergy from Christ Our Hope have been there, have supported us, and continue to support us in so many ways. So we have benefited so much from being part of this larger parish.
You've mentioned the Cultivate course. What was your experience of that, Gordon?
As in many of these things, it was nice to meet people from other parishes and to start to get to know some of them and to know something of the life in their individual churches. I found the course in some way, it was challenging. The ultimate message about mission and going out into the world and preaching the gospel and so on, that was fine. It's just the methodologies that were being advocated I was finding difficult. But having said that, part of that probably is my problem, and I think some of it was to do with the course book that was being used, but I gather that a different method is in place now. Taking on board in perhaps some of the comments that we were making on the course, that it has changed. I think it might be now more reflective of the breadth of the traditions in the Church of England. But the ultimate messages, I think, is still the same. Whatever tradition we are here to worship God and to spread the kingdom of God.
Now, we've got 7 deaneries who are currently exploring Fit for Mission. What would you say to those deaneries? What would be your advice to them as they come close to voting?
Just enjoy the benefits of sharing, of being in community with more people, and be brave. Be brave. I mean, It's a big step into or it certainly was for us, it was a big step into the unknown. Many of us were unsure about it. The longer it's gone on, the more sure we've become about it. So be brave.
So I think what you need to do now is pray. I'm sure you have been praying all along, but continue to pray, to look and listen to God speaking to you about what he wants for his church in your parish and in your parishes together. Look forward to a vision of a larger parish working for the kingdom of God in this place. That's all we can do.